Welcome to the Manifesting Formula. I'm Christine Rizzo. Today, I have a very special episode for you all. I'm going to talk about the 10 lessons that I have learned from Byron Katie. This woman has made a huge impact on my life, and I can't wait to share her all with you. So keep listening, my friends, so you can find out the first 5 out of 10 lessons that have helped change my life. Hello, my beautiful friends. How are you all doing? How was your week? Did you enjoy last week's episode, which was on 10 signs from the universe that you're on the right path? I'm sure a lot of you are witnessing some of those signs daily. Feels so good, right? Knowing that you're on the right path. And if there are any of you out there that aren't witnessing some of the signs that I spoke about, keep listening to the manifesting formula. Go all the way back to the beginning and start practicing the things that I speak about in each episode. Start doing the work. Today, I have a very special episode for you all. I'm going to talk about Byron Katie, who happens to probably be the most influential teacher I have ever had the experience of learning from. She is one of the modern day gurus that deserves that title. She's a realist and her work is incredible. If you have never heard of her, look her up. In our world of spirituality and forward thinkers, she is up there, my friends. But before we get into today's episode, I wanted to come from a place of gratitude, a place of love, and talk about what you are thankful for today. So tell me, what are you thankful for today? Feel the gratitude and the love for whatever it is that you're thankful for. Today, I'm grateful for the new roof we are getting. We are putting in 2 skylights, we're getting new gutters, and a new front door. I'm super excited because now we will have a glass door that will help to bring light into the cocktail room. I've been manifesting a new front door for a while, seeing the house with the exact door that I've been envisioning, and it's finally happening. Yes, so excited. Okay, let's get into today's episode, which is part 1 of the 10 lessons that I have learned from Byron Katie. So, how did I first learn about this magical woman? I was introduced to her through my coach certification training years ago. I bought a few of her audiobooks, Loving What Is, 4 Questions That Can Change Your Life, and I Need Your Love. Is that true? And I listened to them repeatedly. The work of Byron Katie has completely changed me in so many ways. You can go to her website to check out her work at thework.com. And you can read all about her story and how she literally just woke up one day from a very deep depression and saw the world in a completely different way. Sort of like Eckhart Tolle, which happens to be another modern day guru. Byron Katie has been teaching her vision, the way that she sees the world, to anyone and everyone that will listen. And there are thousands and thousands of us out there that are willing to listen and want to learn from her. I just love her. I love everything she teaches. I love the kind of person that she is, and I love what I've learned from her teachings. She's most known for what she calls the work, which is 4 questions and a turnaround. I can honestly say that it has literally changed my life. I started to use this method in my everyday life for years, and today I use these questions and the turnaround in my sessions with my clients because it is extremely powerful. Though the main teaching tool that I use in my lessons, as well as coach certification training, is called the formula. I do add in Byron Katie's questions during many of my sessions. You're going to want to grab your journal so you can write this down. I would also recommend that you go to her website and read the directions how to use these questions. So, the 4 questions that she has you ask based on any thought that you have in your mind are: Number 1, is it true? Ask that question to yourself when you have a thought that isn't serving you. The second question, can you absolutely know that it's true? Really think about that answer. Number 3, What happens when you believe that thought? That would be, what do you do? How do you act? And the fourth question, who would you be without that thought? Oh, I love that question. If you never had that thought ever, who would you be? Then you do a turnaround on the thought. I started doing this work when I was first introduced to it. And after I listened to her books, I just never stopped. I love the work. If you have never been exposed to her work, go to thework.com, print out a Judge Your Neighbor worksheet, and practice doing this. See what you think, because it truly is amazing. So today I'm going to talk about the lessons that I've learned from Byron Katie and what she has taught me that I use every day in my life now. One of my favorite books that Byron Katie has written, Loving What Is, just the title sums up what she's all about. Byron Katie is about loving what is, saying yes to everything in your life. I had spent so much of my life resisting what actually is and trying to create something different than what is, that when I was introduced to this concept, it totally blew my mind. This work is mind-blowing, my friends. I really started to explore this question. What if you didn't resist what is? What if you just accepted everything for how it is? Which is exactly what she teaches, not just accepting everything, but loving everything. How would your life really be if you learned to live this way? Who would you be? So I wanted to share with you some of the big lessons that I've learned from this incredible woman. Most of them are found in her book, Loving What Is, and you can pick up a copy on Amazon, or you can order the audiobook like I have. Take your time with understanding what she teaches. In the beginning, it may be frustrating, but just give it a chance. She has many recordings too of her doing the work with her clients online that you can listen to, and it's pretty magical in my opinion. She also has a podcast that you can follow and start listening to. I will leave her link in the show notes. One of the first things that she taught me was no one can hurt me. That's my job. I had always believed that other people can hurt me. I mean, most of us do. Now, when Byron Katie says that no one can hurt you, she's talking emotionally, not physically. Most of us were taught when we were younger that other people can emotionally hurt our feelings. I know that's what I believed, and Byron Katie taught me that no one can hurt me unless I believe what they're saying, unless I find truth in what they're saying, and I accept what they're saying as my truth. Otherwise, it has absolutely no power over me. So let me give you an example, and I've used this one before in a different episode. Say someone says to you, I hate your purple hair. It's so ugly. That's probably not going to hurt you because you don't actually have purple hair. Well, maybe some of you do, but most of you don't have purple hair. And you would not take it personally or take it as something that you believed at all. You'd most likely think something was wrong with their eyesight. But if someone said that you're too opinionated and they don't think you're smart, you may take that personally because on some level, you actually may believe it. Knowing this is so empowering that nobody can hurt me unless I let their words affect me. It has brought so much empowerment to my own life because it allows me to allow other people to be who they are and to say what they want to say and have the opinions that they want to have and judge me as much as they want, knowing that none of that can hurt me. I don't need to try to control them. The only time that I'm ever hurt is when I hurt myself, which I got that from Byron Katie. No one can hurt me. That's my job. Another big takeaway from her teachings is that our thinking is all we need to change. It's all we can change. And that's actually incredible news, my friends. I couldn't agree with this more because I've spent so much of my life trying to control the world, trying to change the world, and changing everyone in my world, trying to change how others treat me, trying to change how other people act, and to change what they do, and trying to change the circumstances in my life. And none of it ever works. But if the only thing I need to change is my thinking, and I can learn how to change my thinking, and I know how to change my thinking, then this is pretty much the best news ever. It's not what's happening outside of me. It's not what's happening in the world. It's what's happening in our minds, in between our ears. It's what's happening in our head that's causing us lots of pain and causing the trouble. I know how to manage my mind, and I know that there is no circumstance that won't allow for me to manage my thinking. So, yes, this is excellent news. The third lesson that she taught me is, could it be that all along I have lived a life I should have lived, and that everything I've done has been what I should have done? Let me repeat that. Could it be that all along I have lived the life I should have lived, and that everything I have done has been what I should have done? Kind of mind blowing, right? And it's one of the things that I've worked on with many of my clients. It was always meant to happen that way because it did. This statement alone has set me free. It has set me free not only from my past, which includes my childhood, but it has also set me free from anything I did yesterday that I'm currently trying to regret, or anything that I did 5 minutes ago that I want to worry about. Everything happens exactly as it should happen. Could it be that all along I've lived a life I should have lived, and everything I've done has been what I should have done? Is so relieving because you can just relax knowing that that is how it was always meant to happen. I have to say that the three main lessons that Byron Katie has taught me, that was one of the most important lessons for me, to never argue with reality. She says when you argue with reality, you lose, but only 100% of the time. Meaning, when we argue with our past, the past is over. It's a reality we can't change. When we argue with it and believe that it should have been different, we will always lose. When we argue with our current circumstances and what's going on in our current circumstances, we would lose because if we can't change them immediately in this moment, we're going to lose. And when we argue with reality of what's inevitably going to happen, we always lose. When we can accept and say yes to the reality of what is, when we can love what is, that's when we win because we release that resistance. Now, I know for many people, this is a very challenging concept because we've believed for so long that our past should have been different. We should have been raised different. We should have had different parents. We never should have been abused. We never should have been treated that way by our significant others. We never should have gone through that horrible accident. But when you could look at it and say, no, that was going to happen that way. That's how it should have been. And you would say, how do you know it should have been that way? Because it was that way. That's how you know. That's your reality. If you can wrap your mind around that everything so far has happened the way it should have happened, you can look at your life from a whole new perspective. You can look at it through acceptance and peace. And not only for what happened to you or for what you've done, but also for who you are. Like you should have done that. How do you know you should have done it? Because you did. And then there's peace and the argument can end. The fourth lesson that she taught me is nothing outside of you will ever be able to give you what you're looking for. How true is that? Yet so hard to believe for many of us. We believe that money will give us what we want. We believe a relationship will give us what we're looking for. We believe our children can give that to us as well. We believe that the house, the car, the career, the people in our lives can give us the happiness that we're looking for. But the truth is, only we can give that to ourselves. No matter what is going on in your life, the reason why you're feeling the way you feel is because you're thinking about whatever it is in a certain way, and you're allowing yourself to experience something in a certain way. And that's why you feel what you feel. You are choosing to feel that way yourself. Everything we want is really within us now. We have the ability to receive what we want now. And it doesn't mean that we don't go after our dreams and goals. It doesn't mean that we don't manifest and deliberately create. It doesn't mean that we don't enjoy other people for who they are. It's realizing and understanding that nothing outside of us can ever give us what we want. We can only do that. The fifth lesson that I learned, and just so you know, these aren't in any particular order. The fifth lesson is where there's no thought, there's no problem. I want you to really think about that. All of our problems are just thoughts. Where there is no thought, there's no problem. Something can happen, and it's not a problem until we have a thought about it. Take a bodily injury, for example, like breaking a leg. It's not a problem until we think it's a problem. There's no such thing as a problem child until we label them a problem child. People will say, "My child is failing." Why is that a problem? Because you've thought that failing is a problem. Without any thought, there is never a problem. I absolutely love this. I remember when I learned this, I was like, oh my God, if all of my negative feelings are caused by my thoughts and I have the ability to change my thoughts, I've found the secret to the universe. This is the best fucking news ever. I can control however I want to feel. Think about it, my friends. If there is no thought, there is no problem. Could that be true? Just allow yourself to play around with that thought. Our problems are always thoughts that we innocently believe. I love the way that Byron Katie uses innocently there, and here's why. I think when we start being exposed to this cognitive work and we start understanding the power of our thoughts and how our thoughts are really affecting how we experience the world and how we experience ourselves, it's very enticing to start blaming ourselves about how we've been thinking. And I love that she uses the word innocently because we innocently do believe our thoughts because we don't really know that they're just thoughts and we don't realize how much pain and how many problems they are causing us when we choose to believe them. Thank you all for listening to the Manifesting Formula, and thank you for spreading the word about this podcast. Next week, I will go through the next 5 lessons that I've learned from this incredible woman who has changed my life in so many ways and who has helped me realize my true power and my reality in this life of mine. Have a beautiful day wherever you are in the world, sending you all so much love, peace, and abundance. And if no one has told you today, I love you. See you next week. Bye. My friends, do you wish you could take a class that would really change everything? Well, I have amazing news for you. We teach that class at the Life Coach Academy. So if you or anyone you know is wanting to create a life that you will love living, this, my friends, is the class for you. Imagine a map that showed you how to get from where you are now to where you've always dreamed to be. Imagine that this map showed you the exact steps for you to create the life you have always wanted, all in a very clear and simple way. Our program teaches you how to use the power of your mind to make your dreams come true. Your mind is the most powerful thing that you have in the world. Everything you do and the reality that you create are all caused by the thoughts within your mind. When you learn to manage the thoughts in your mind and see how easy it is to create the life you've always wanted, you will be blown away. The Life Coach Academy has the most amazing tools to help you create incredible results in your life. All you have to do is follow the simple steps we give you. So, what sets us apart from other coaching schools out there, you ask? We transform our students so they can transform their lives first. Our 6-month certification program is filled each week with life-changing information that you will learn and apply to your everyday situations. Spirituality, meditation, love, and gratitude are the conducting threads of our program because we know that mindfulness is where your power ultimately comes from. The Life Coach Academy is the only coaching school that offers this kind of spiritual teaching in their coach certification program. And our training is taught live 1 hour per week online from the comfort of your own home by me and Caro, who are the founders of the Academy. As part of the program, you will also meet with us for a weekly private coaching session to help with your personal transformation. Our program is very personal. We wanted a more one-on-one experience with only 8 students per class. So, if you crave this kind of freedom and purpose in your life, we would love for you to join our incredible group of students who are changing their lives and the lives of so many others around them. Many students have taken this course for their own personal transformation, while others take this course to become certified coaches. Either way, your life will be transformed into the person you have always wanted to be. My friends, you will create so much confidence within yourself by evolving into a person you didn't even know existed. And your personal transformation will become your professional resume, which is what the Life Coach Academy does best. Creates incredible, life-changing results. So, if you love what you are learning from this podcast, and if you have an interest in changing your life to one that you will love, head over to our website at www.thelifecoach.academy to read all about our incredible course. What you are going to learn in this training is going to blow your mind. Are you ready to change your life? Click the link in the show notes because this class, my friends, is the first step to creating the happy life you have always wanted.